To be successful, I think agents really need to get their information first. And there's a lot of information out there, and that's sometimes the problem. But what agents do is they'll make the mistake by just jumping into business and thinking they can fake it until they make it, and then they just try all sorts of things that don't really build on each other. It is much better to get the information first and on the particular topic they're looking for and build from there. And if they don't do it, there's no magic bullet. There's no short circuit to this. What we have to do is help them, even on the recruiting process or when people come into this business, we need to slow them down. Not just get them through the class, because that's problematic. We have to help them understand what the business really is about and ask them what their expectations really are. If we're looking at an agent just newly coming into the business, then they really should be looking at the pre-licensing courses, the companies that are around there, do a little research on that, and then find out what training is available, specifically baseline training for new agents. Getting a real estate license teaches you nothing about real estate. It's just how to pass a test. So now, does the company have something in mind so that you can get oriented to how the business really is done? And that's a separate thing. If you're in the business, now that's a whole different ballgame. Then I would go to the institutes, societies, and councils and look at the different credentials that are available, because those are higher level courses, and start with what I call the trifecta. 2 days on the buyer side, which is the accredited buyer's representative designation. SRS, 2 days on the seller side, seller representative specialist. And then the RENE, real estate negotiation expert. Those 6 days position someone incredibly well, solid, very solid foundation. And then they can put those practice into practice, and then I would wait a little while and then come back and take them all over again. We don't take a designation course once. You take it once so that you can absorb the information and get your arms wrapped around the concepts. But you take them again to see, because you can't implement everything all at once. What did you miss? What did you hear? And when you hear all that stuff again, then it's like, oh yes, now I can kick my business up. And now you can openly compete with people who have been in the market for a while. That's how to escalate quickly. Then I would start looking for business specialty courses.
Yeah, and so what's the number one thing you see that they're doing wrong?
That they're not getting trained properly. They think that CE is training. CE is, can you fog a mirror? That's compliance. Now, there are some very good courses that offer CE, but that's not advanced skill training at all. That's purposely done just so you can get whatever credits you need so that you can renew your license. That's sad. That's the mistake they make. They confuse CE with real information. Getting out of the starting gate is getting your credentials lined up. That really is going to be a competitive advantage, because a lot of the people who come into business come in and they're underfunded. They don't put their money where it needs to be, and that is in background and information. And so they get out there, they learn all sorts of bad habits from people that appear to be successful, but that may or may not be lasting in the business. Whether the market is good or bad, if you have a solid foundation and information, you're going to be just fine. Yes, you may do less business, but in bad times, let's say that 2019 ends up being a step back year. I'm going to say a step back. That's not a recession, but let's just say a step back. Let's say the market softens, and a lot of people get out of business then. So you have less competition, actually. So if you actually know what you're doing and you have good systems and you have, good marketing of your sphere and you've got good background and information, you're going to do just fine. And it repositions you well for when the market turns again. Markets turn all the time. Why are we assuming that they're always going to be good? And they're certainly not always bad, but it is a little bit of a roller coaster ride. And when business is going up, we get a lot of people that come into this business, and there's a lot more competition. So if you know what you're doing, you're going to be great. You're going to be fine. Yeah, they're going to peel off one or two from you, but the reality is that the momentum is yours. When the market dips, those folks can't survive because they don't have the skill set nor the background and intelligence to do so. So they pull off. And now they leave a void in the market. They'll maybe refer business. So you want to make friends with some folks that have, one foot on a banana peel and the other one off the cliff. And then at that point, you're going to have the ability to leverage that.
So give me just kind of a layman's way, just a very simple way of how accreditation can give them a boost in the marketplace.
It gives you confidence, it gives you accurate information, it solidifies your knowledge base because no one can take real knowledge away from you, and it stops you from thinking you know what you don't know at all. So now it focuses you on what is real, what is a system you need to incorporate, what is true, and you can build off of that and you can compete off of that. But without that accurate knowledge, you're just making it up as you go along and you're hoping to get lucky. I'm just going to say work your systems well, and I mean that sincerely. When you've gotten the knowledge that you need to compete openly in this business, make sure you save some money. Don't blow it all. Don't go running after shiny objects and waste a lot of money. And, pay attention to your business so that it is quality of work and, quantity with some time off.
Wonderful.